In this video, I just want to share a little bit of wisdom with you that was shared with me that really helped my mental health. And if you're struggling at the moment, I hope it helps yours as well. We're living in a time at the moment where poor mental health, depression, anxiety, and suicides are at epidemic proportions. And the reasons for that are numerous. Too numerous probably to mention, but certainly on the back of a pandemic, wars, a cost of living crisis where people can't afford to heat their homes. They have to choose between eating or heating and can't feed their families and provide. You can understand the pressures that many families and people are under, myself included. The thing is, this piece of wisdom that was shared with me, because so many people out there, I'm talking to men and women here, but particularly men, feel like they're failing at life, feel like they can't provide, feel like they're helpless, hopeless, useless, they're scared, they're angry, and everything builds up like a powder keg and they won't talk about it. Then tragedy happens for them and the family. And this is not just men, obviously. This is everybody, all across all walks of society at the moment. The bit of advice that was given to me is, just because you're struggling, it doesn't mean that you're failing. And I had to sit and think on that for a bit. And it's a really powerful bit of advice because it's fact. The thing is, we are brainwashed, aren't we? We see these images online of these perfect families with perfect looks, perfect lives, perfect children, perfect houses, perfect cars, everything you could ever want. It's all bullshit. The fact is, these people are struggling just as much as us. They're just better photographers than we are. It's just smokes and mirrors. It's just an illusion. And we buy into it on social media, just like we buy into a lot of the bad news that's given to us on social media, which doesn't do anything for, not just on social media, but from the media, which doesn't do anything to improve our mental health at all. The message I want to get across is twofold. The first one is, just do your best. If you don't have much money, and I don't certainly have much money, then you have to do the best you can. If you can't join a fancy gym, you can still move your body, which will make you feel better. Do it in your own home, or just go for a walk, or do whatever you need to do. It doesn't cost you any money. Optimize your diet and stop eating junk. Just cut out all that rubbish and eat for medicine. Eat to improve your mental health. There's many sites online where you can look at the types of foods to eat which will improve your mental health, your anxiety, your depression. Just do your best. Just buy what you can afford to buy. Obviously, you've got to provide for your family and you've got to heat the house and do all that has to take priority. Just do the best you can to optimize your mental health. But the most important thing is to talk. Please, please, don't let it end in tragedy. You're not a failure. You're not unique. Most of the world is struggling at the moment. If you talk to someone, you could talk to a mate, I'm talking to men here in particular. If you go to a football or a pub with a mate or whatever, they're probably struggling just as much, if not more, than you are. If you talk about it, you'll be amazed at how many people will share their experiences with you. And that's it's almost like a pressure valve being lifted. It's really important. Or join a group where you can talk about your mental health issues, or talk to a professional. It's okay to go to a doctor and say, look, I've not wanted to talk about this, but I've not been feeling okay lately. It's as simple as that. And, to do that is a massive release anyway. The other part of this message is that it is a shitty situation across the world at the moment for everybody. There's no one really escaping this. And just because people are mega rich and all the rest of it doesn't mean that they've got any peace of mind or happiness, because most of them haven't. But most normal people across the world at the moment are struggling. It's a fact. So the message is, and this is another fact, that this too shall pass. This is simple. Life goes on. Peaks and troughs go on. There have been really tough times in my lifetime before. We just never had media or social media blasting them out everywhere and making things 10 times worse. You know, there have been in the 70s and 80s, there were really tough times. In the 90s, there were really tough times. I remember them all, where people were really struggling we had to sell our house and lost a fortune on it in a crisis in the 1990s. Couldn't afford to pay any bills. These things pass and new times will come, and you know, you'll get through it. You're stronger than you think you are. You can get through this, and you're not unique. Everybody's struggling. Just talk to someone about it, and please remember, you're not a failure. You're not a failure. You're just going through some tough times, which will pass. Just do your best, and do your best to optimize your mental health. If you found the video useful, please click the link in the description to Ko-fi and donate the price of a coffee to the channel. I just want to take it to the next level. And please subscribe, like and share the videos if you found it useful. Thank you so much. Carpe diem. Seize the day today. Stay strong. This too shall pass. Bye-bye.